modules that we would say that you need on pretty much every site. I'll start off with admin, and I can actually give you a quick demo of admin.
The admin is kind of an interesting module because it's fairly recent, and so it's a good example of something that's not in the most popular modules list because people haven't caught on to it just yet, but it is a high quality module all the same.
And I actually just realized I need to start up my web server. Have a second. Yeah, it is. I just don't use PHP-MyAdmin, so. So yeah, everybody has probably already seen this. It's Garland is the thing that comes with Drupal. As you can see, it's I mean, it's kind of overwhelming when you look at this. If you've ever tried to walk a client through a Drupal site, it doesn't matter how much preparation you do. Like when they see this, they freak out. It's just like, okay, well, what do I do? There's content in here. I mean, like, it's just a little bit overwhelming to try to help them navigate around. So I will enable admin. And wow, that's a lot nicer. I think anyway. It's still got all the same information. It's still overwhelming, but at least you have icons. You have the various tabs up here, which give you context-sensitive things to you know, the stuff that you're going to use most often. Overall, I would say this is a massive improvement over Garland, and at least with like preparation you have to do to clients and stuff like that. When they see this, I think that they actually see the power of Drupal a little bit as opposed to Garland, which doesn't do a very good job of showing that. So
that's it. One other really nice thing about the admin module, you can also do this by just using the administration theme, but a lot of people, when they first get into Drupal, they'll look at the site, and they'll go and they'll configure it, and they'll say, okay, but where's my site? Because they're expecting a way for it to look on the admin side and a way for it to look from an end user perspective. And so creating a division in the look and feel of the admin section helps them to get that conceptual break between the admin area and the end user area. So that the admin module, by providing a totally different look for the admin area, does a great job of helping people understand the separation.
also, one other thing that I
Can you see that? The admin module? Yeah.
it's its own separate theme, actually, I believe, isn't it? The Drupal 7 patch is its own theme, I believe. I might be wrong on that. I'm sure you can theme it though. One other thing I have here, which is kind of cool. I'm not even sure how to get to it, honestly. It's broken. There's normally a context-sensitive music that pops out here as well. I just be missing it. But anyway, the foods module is apparently really good. No, views is great because it takes. I mean, you really don't have to write custom queries except in very specific circumstances if you're using views. And if you want to do things like display a list of news items or display a list of blog posts, that becomes like literally a 5-minute job in views. And once you learn how to use it, there's just a lot of opportunity to shave development time. The CCK is pretty similar in that regard. I personally don't like hand-building content types. I like being able to just say I need a content type and saying what fields are on it, and the CCK does that. You can create a new content type and add field definitions in probably 10 minutes, as opposed to spending like an hour custom developing a module to handle all that for you. I don't know of anyone at this point, except maybe really high-performance sites that are still building their own content types. Pretty much everyone has moved to views, and I think even in a lot of cases, those high-performance sites are just using caching and still using the CCK for building all their content types. So, web form. I don't know if anybody saw the demo that Nate did earlier of web form. results. It'll email you or the end user who filled it out. You can also do things like export the results of the survey to a CSV format and import it into Excel. It's a ridiculously fast way of putting together like a feedback form or something like that. So, and actually, Greg is the maintainer of PathAlder, so I'll let him tell you about this one and the next one for that matter.
Do you want to? Should we talk a little bit about web versus CCK?
Sure. You want to do that?
No, I don't have a good answer.
You don't have a good answer. Well, according to Nate, the CCK is a little bit better when you need to expose tons of people to your results because the storage mechanism is more sane for if you're going to be running a lot of queries on it. So if you have a decently high traffic site, then if you're going to be exposing the results of the forms that people are filling out to end users, the CCK is going to be a lot more efficient. Web form, on the other hand, again, this is according to Nate, I haven't looked into this personally, but web form, on the other hand, is supposedly a little bit better in the event that you're only exposing results to a handful of people. The storage mechanism is not as efficient as what the CCK does. Also, web form at this point has